Kirby, the character that made Masahiro Sakurai famous. Kirby was the first character created by Sakurai, and decided to put him in the first Smash game, which he also created. Kirby was immediately a hit in the Smash community, especially with his iconic copying ability taken from the Kirby games. Kirby first appeared in Kirby's Dream Land, released in 1992 for the Game Boy, and his most recent appearance is in Kirby Star Allies, released in 2018 for the Switch. Kirby has been a favorite mainstay of the series ever since the N64. King Dedede, the Fat Duck of Legend. He made his first appearance in Kirby's Dream Land, and his most recent appearance is also in Star Allies. King Dedede fights with his massive hammer, but also attacks with his face sometimes, a move that never fails to amuse me. He first fought in Brawl, and had an odd combination of weight and height, in that he was a very heavy character, but could jump very high because of his floatiness. Also, his up B recovery is a risk. Fantastic height, but if you miss your platform, you come flying back down, usually to your death. It's both a recovery and an attack, but a risky one. Meta Knight, the flying swordsman who looks mysteriously like a dark color swap of Kirby, is back with his battleship halberd. Meta Knight made his first appearance in Kirby's Dream Land and his most recent appearance in Kirby Star Allies. He first appeared as a fighter in Brawl, but his appearance was rather controversial. You see, Meta Knight was by far one of the most OP characters in the game. So overpowered in fact that he was banned from official tournaments. Eventually, Nintendo balanced Meta Knight out so he was more equal to the other characters, but it was yet another reason that Brawl was disliked by fans of the franchise. The Fire Emblem franchise is one of the most popular JRPG series out there, with hundreds of characters being developed just for those games. And our first character from that series is Marth, Prince of Altea, who made his first appearance in 1990's Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, released for the NES. He most recently is a fighter in the hack-and-slash game Fire Emblem Warriors, released in 2018 for the Switch. He appeared way back in Melee, as one of the only 2 Fire Emblem characters in the game. His moveset contains a multitude of extremely quick strikes and counters, making him a versatile character in the right hands. Ike, another strong swordsman, though in Fire Emblem Heroes one of his personality wields an axe. He made his first appearance in Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, released in 2005 for the GameCube. His most recent appearance is in Fire Emblem Heroes, the iOS game released in 2017. Anyway, Ike was first a fighter in Brawl, wielding powerful, fiery moves that dealt much damage to opponents. And now, at last, he is finally fully voiced in English, so we can actually understand his victory dialogue. Lucina, who once disguised herself as Marth, is Marth's Echo Fighter, making their movesets nearly identical. She first appeared in Fire Emblem Awakening, released in 2013 for the 3DS, and most recently appeared in Fire Emblem Warriors. She made her debut in SSB4, harnessing similar moves as Marth, but with a few slight percentage differences. Chrom, the father of Lucina, is in essence an Echo Fighter of Roy, though he does have a few unique moves of his own. He first appeared in Fire Emblem Awakening, and made his most recent appearance in Fire Emblem Warriors, even having the honor of showing up on the game's cover. Chrom is a brand new fighter to the series, though his future appearance was hinted at the very end of Lucina's reveal trailer from SSB4, saying that maybe next time he would be able to fight. Roy was the other of the 2 playable Fire Emblem characters in Melee. He made his first appearance in Fire Emblem The Binding Blade, released in 2002 for the Game Boy Advance, and shockingly is not in Fire Emblem Warriors, but made his most recent appearance in Fire Emblem Heroes. Roy was an immensely popular character in Melee, and then for some reason disappeared from the roster of Brawl. He didn't reappear until SSB4, and even then he wasn't in the base game but was a DLC character. Masahiro Sakurai finally got around to understanding the desires of the fans, and is now a playable character in the base game of Ultimate. Corrin, an odd, barefoot character who has both a male and female version, and the reason for that was because he or she was a customizable character that the player played as in Fire Emblem. He first, or she first, whatever it is, first appeared in Fire Emblem Fates, released in 2016 for the 3DS, and is now in Fire Emblem Warriors. Corrin was another DLC character for SSB4, and had the longest side smash reach of all the characters. He also has an epic final smash called Torrential Roar, where he transforms into a dragon and blasts his opponents away. Robin was the customizable player character from Fire Emblem Awakening, which means that he also has a male and female version. Making his latest appearance in Fire Emblem Warriors, Robin first fought in SSB4, using a variety of magic-based attacks, such as Elwind and Firewall. Not much has changed for Robin from SSB4 to Ultimate, but he is still a very powerful character. He also rounds out the Fire Emblem characters for this game, putting the final count at 7 Fire Emblem fighters in Ultimate. Kid Icarus has always been a pretty weird franchise, with weird characters like Eggplant Pit and Pseudo Palutena. Anyway, let's start things out with Pit. He made his first appearance in Kid Icarus, released in 1986 for the NES, which was unique in that most of the levels went up and down as opposed to side to side. Pit technically made his most recent appearance in SSB4, but the most recent Kid Icarus game is Kid Icarus Uprising, released in 2012 for the 3DS. He made his first fighter appearance in Brawl, as a character with remarkable recovery ability, speedy attacks, and a really weird jogging style. Now, in Ultimate, he's as jacked up as ever. Dark Pit, also called Pitu, is Pit's Echo Fighter. He made his first appearance in Kid Icarus Uprising, and was most recently in SSB4. He was introduced at the very end of Palutena's reveal video. His moves are just like Pit's, but more aggressive and powerful. Palutena, the Goddess of Light, was first a fighter in SSB4, with an anime-style reveal trailer and a multitude of magic-based moves, such as targeting attacks and reflector shields, which are apparently completely ineffective against crazy Master Hand lasers. Palutena made her first appearance in the original Kid Icarus, and made her most recent Kid Icarus appearance in Uprising. Palutena actually showed up in Pit's final smash from Brawl, and as a supporting character in Subspace Emissary, but wasn't a playable character until SSB4.